Sometimes, the smartest move you can make is to shut your mouth and pretend you don't understand a damn thing. Not because you're weak, not because you're clueless, but because you understand exactly what's happening. And that knowledge, that silence, that deliberate ignorance is a weapon. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Napoleon Bonaparte. Now ask yourself, how many times have you rushed to prove how smart you are and paid the price? You gave away your hand before the game even began. You exposed your knowledge, your intentions, your power thinking that would earn you respect. But instead, they studied you, used you, outsmarted you. You lost because you couldn't resist the urge to look intelligent. But here's the twist. Intelligence isn't loud. It's not flashy. It doesn't need to flex. True power, it often hides in plain sight behind the eyes of a man who looks like he knows nothing and controls everything. This video is not about deception for the sake of manipulation. This is about strategic restraint, about using stupidity as a form of intelligence, about choosing silence over ego, observation over reaction. This is about the long game. Because here's the reality. We live in a world that punishes transparency and rewards mystery. People want to label you, categorize you, predict you, control you. And if you're too eager to show them what you are, you make it easy for them to use you. The goal here is not to be fake. It's to be unreadable, so you can move through any environment undetected, quietly gaining leverage while everyone else exposes their cards. So if you've ever felt like you're always 2 steps behind, this is your wake-up call. Stay with me. Because by the end of this, you'll understand how to weaponize perception, how to play dumb and win big. Comment this now. I don't chase respect. I command it silently. And if this already hits home, like the video and subscribe right now, because what's coming next is going to flip the way you play this entire game called life. Let's get into it. Step 1. Stop talking. Start noticing. You're not listening. You're waiting to speak. You're not observing. You're performing. And that's why you keep getting blindsided. You walk into rooms trying to prove something, your intelligence, your value, your opinions. But here's the harsh truth. No one really cares what you know unless they need you. And they won't need you if they think they already understand you. So stop offering explanations no one asked for. Stop answering questions just because they were thrown your way. Stop volunteering information that gives people a map to your mindset. The moment you speak without strategy, you surrender leverage. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you're slow, naive, confused. Because while they lower their guard, you're decoding everything. Their language, their insecurities, their ambitions, their patterns. And that's the first principle. Silence is not weakness, it's reconnaissance. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Lao Tzu. Read that again. The most dangerous man in the room isn't the one yelling. It's the one leaning back, eyes locked in, saying nothing. Because he's collecting data. He's adjusting his strategy. He sees the whole board and you're still playing checkers. Comment this now. I learn in silence. I strike with precision. Step 2. Disarm with dumbness. The art of playing dumb is not about being dumb, it's about creating asymmetry. Here's how it works. You enter a negotiation. They think you're inexperienced. You let them think that. They over-explain, overestimate themselves, underestimate you. Perfect, because when someone thinks they're smarter than you, they get sloppy. They get arrogant. They drop their guard. And that's when the real intelligence strikes clean, surgical, and undeniable. This is what Machiavelli understood when he wrote, A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men and to imitate those who have been supreme, so that if his own ability does not equal theirs, at least it will savor of it. Translation: you don't always have to show power. You just need to imitate the tactics of those who held it. And one of the most lethal tactics? Appearing harmless? That's why wolves wear sheep's clothing, not because they lack teeth, but because they know when to hide them. Playing dumb gives you access. It makes people comfortable around you. They stop protecting information. They start revealing agendas. And once they do, you've already won. Comment this now. I never warn. I let them walk right into it. Step 3. Ego is the enemy. Let's get something clear. The reason most people can't pull this off, the reason most people can't play dumb, is because they're addicted to being right. They need the validation of looking smart. They need others to see their brilliance. They want applause more than results. That's a sickness, a liability, a flaw. Here's a bitter pill. If you're constantly chasing recognition, you're easily manipulated. Because all it takes to control you is a compliment. Once they know your ego is tied to your intelligence, they'll bait you. They'll poke at your pride. They'll make you react. And now, you're no longer strategic. You're emotional, predictable, vulnerable. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Mark Twain, and that includes your need to be perceived as smart. Let that go. Let them think whatever they want. Because in the end, they'll know what you are when it's far too late to stop you. This isn't about acting dumb. It's about not broadcasting power to people who haven't earned the right to see it. That's control. That's discipline. That's how you win. Comment this now. My ego doesn't speak. My results do. If this section slapped you with truth, if it made you rethink how you move through the world, hit the like button and subscribe right now. Because what's coming next is even deeper. Next, we're breaking down how to use strategic stupidity in relationships, business, and power dynamics where it matters most. You don't want to miss this. Step 4. In business, hide the blade behind the smile. Here's the lie they feed you. Show them your worth and they'll reward you. Wrong. In the real world, especially in business, when you show all your cards, they play you. You present $1 million idea to the wrong person, they nod, smile, and steal it. You reveal your vision too early, they replicate it before you even launch. You talk like a genius in a room full of hyenas. You just marked yourself for destruction. Power doesn't announce itself. It doesn't walk into the room screaming credentials. It lets the room talk first. And while everyone else is flexing their value, you sit quiet, studying angles, watching alliances, calculating leverage. Why? Because the moment you reveal too much, they start looking for ways to take without paying. That's capitalism's shadow use without compensation. So, you play dumb. You ask questions you already know the answers to. You let them underestimate your understanding of contracts, margins, operations. You let them think you need them when in reality, you've already planned 5 moves ahead. This is what Sun Tzu meant in The Art of War. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. It's not about deception, it's about delayed revelation. You control the narrative by controlling what they know about you. You don't show the blade until it's too late to run. Comment this now. I smile with strategy. I speak with purpose. Step 5. In power. Never be predictable. Power thrives on one thing: mystery. Lose your unpredictability, and you lose your edge. And nothing kills mystery faster than letting people see how smart you are, how calculated you are, how you think. That's why powerful people often play dumb in public. Not because they're stupid, but because they know the most dangerous position to be in is one where everyone knows your next move. You think kings played chess by announcing every piece? No, they disguised threats as favors. They disguised strategy as mistakes. They let rivals believe they were disinterested while planning their overthrow. Machiavelli said, "It is not essential that a prince should have all good qualities, but it is most essential that he should seem to have them." Do you understand what that means? Power isn't real, it's perceived. And sometimes, the most powerful move is to seem powerless. To let others think they have the upper hand right up until the moment you flip the board and rewrite the rules. Play dumb. Watch their playbook. Then dominate the entire field. Comment this now. I let them relax, then I rearrange the game. Step 6. In relationships, control the frame. Let's talk about emotional intelligence and the fatal mistake most people make in relationships. They reveal their emotional depth too early. They give too much, explain too much, share too much out of a need to connect. But what they don't realize is the one who controls the frame controls the relationship. And playing dumb is one of the fastest ways to gain that control. Here's how. You act like you didn't catch the manipulation. You pretend you didn't notice the shift in tone, the passive-aggressive comments, the subtle tests. You play like you're unaffected, unbothered, disinterested. But you saw everything, and while they think they're pushing your buttons, you're actually confirming their patterns. This is not coldness. This is control. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." When you don't react, you force others to reveal their unconscious programming, their insecurities, their emotional habits, their trauma cycles. And once you see that, you know exactly where to stand and exactly when to walk away. Or better yet, when to lead. You don't win relationships by being more emotional. You win by being more aware, and that awareness is amplified when you pause and play dumb long enough to see behind the mask. Comment this now. I don't react. I watch. Then I decide. If this opened your eyes to how power is truly played, like the video and subscribe now, because the final section is where it all comes together. Next, we dive into the ultimate form of this strategy, how to use perceived stupidity to command respect, build dominance, and walk through life untouched. You're about to learn how to disappear in plain sight while pulling the strings in every room you walk into. Stick around. The best is yet to come. Step 7. Become a ghost in the system. Most people crave attention. They want to be seen, acknowledged, admired. But the elite, the truly powerful, they prefer to be overlooked because when you're unseen, you can't be attacked. Let that sink in. The most dangerous position is the spotlight because once they see you, they target you. They study you, copy you, try to control or cancel you. But when you play dumb, you fade into the fog. You move like you don't matter while your influence expands behind the scenes. You become the man behind the curtain, the operator, the architect. No applause, no recognition, no exposure, just control. This is what Schopenhauer meant when he said, "Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see." Read that again. Everyone's trying to hit the loud, obvious target. Meanwhile, you're aiming at things they don't even know exist. That's not just intelligence, that's invisibility. You don't need credit. You don't need followers. You need leverage and you build it in silence. They chase fame. You chase positioning. They want followers. You want power. And guess what? Power lasts. Fame fades. Comment this now. I move invisible. I build untouchable. Step 8. Let them reveal themselves. Here's one of the most underrated weapons in human psychology. The pause. You say less. You reveal nothing. And suddenly, they start filling in the silence. They explain themselves. They confess too much. They rationalize what you didn't even question. It's a beautiful thing to watch. People exposing themselves without a single push. Because they think you're not smart enough to see the truth, so they drop their guard. The ones who play dumb always hear the loudest confessions. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That's it. You don't have to expose them. You don't have to outmaneuver them publicly. You just have to be unlike them, sharper, quieter, more controlled. And while they brag, lash out, or manipulate, you stay calm. Because you already won. They just don't know it yet. Comment this now. I let the silence speak for me. Step 9. When you speak, make it surgical. There's one rule when you play dumb. Make every word count. If you're going to break silence, make it surgical, precise, unforgettable, not emotional, not reactive, not scattered. One sentence, one look, one shift in tone, and the room recalibrates. You don't need to shout. You don't need to argue. You just drop a blade into the conversation and walk away. Because when you speak rarely, your words have weight. It's not about what you say, it's about when you say it. And more importantly, why. People remember what cuts through noise. And nothing cuts harder than clarity from a man who usually says nothing. Comment this now. My silence sharpens my voice. Step 10. Own the character. Then drop it. Eventually, they'll realize. They'll notice the gaps in your act. The occasional spark of insight. The slip of power you forgot to hide. That's okay. That's part of the plan. Because by the time they suspect your strength, it's already too late. You've studied them, positioned yourself, taken everything you need, and then like a shadow you disappear again. Because this role you play, it's not who you are. It's a tool. And once you've used it to unlock the next level, you shed it like old skin. That's how you win. Not with noise, not with force, but with the discipline to hide your edge until it's too sharp to stop. Nietzsche said, "The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly." Let them call you simple. Let them think you're behind. Because by the time they look up, you'll be gone, already flying above them. Comment this now. I don't play dumb, I play above. Let them chase attention. Let them brag, fight, and scream. You'll be in the shadows, building power they can't even comprehend. Playing dumb is not cowardice. It's not deception. It's control. It's vision. It's the art of letting fools expose themselves while you quietly take everything they thought they owned. That's how empires are built, not in the spotlight, but in silence. If this video hit you like a freight train, if it made you question how you've been moving through the world like it right now, and hit that subscribe button, because this channel isn't here to make you feel good. It's here to wake you up, to make you dangerous, to make you untouchable. And we're just getting started. The next video is going to break down how to build unstoppable self-respect, not the kind you ask for, the kind you radiate. Until then, stay quiet, stay sharp, and always remember the man they ignore is the one they never see coming.